You are watching Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is the October 10th special meeting of the Michigan City Board of Public Works and Safety. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to call this special meeting of the Michigan City Board of Public Works and Safety to order this 10th day of October 2023. President or Mayor Dwayne Perry, Mr. Michael Vincent, myself, Virginia Keating. The first item on the agenda is a contract modification. Nicole Baker, NICD, is requesting to make additional modifications at Grace Street and School Street to ensure these locations comply with the quiet zone requirements, and this is not to exceed $65,000. I understand that there is funding for this. Okay, Brad.
Good morning, Brad Minnick, Haas Associates. Just a quick recap of the funding. The original cost estimate was $949,036.92. And that was comprised of a 20% contingency fund, as well as anticipated construction costs. The contingency fund was $140,988. So this proposed change order of not to exceed $65,000 would be part of that construction contingency fund. And you should have in your packets the revised set of plans. The most notable enhancement is the yellow barricaded continuous curbing, and that will be installed at School Street on top of the concrete median as a additional visibility enhancement. Coincidentally, NICD is also going to install that at Lafayette Street as part of the original contract. So that Lafayette Street location will not be part of a cost to the city. So I had asked for an itemized breakdown of the $65,000. I have not yet received it. The continuous curbing is roughly 25% of that cost. So if there are any questions about it, and we'll receive an itemized invoice with the bill.
Okay. Does the board have any questions?
None here, Madam Chair.
No, I'll make a motion to approve.
Support.
I'll call for the vote. Mayor Perry?
Aye.
Mr. Vincent?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Next item on the agenda is a streetlight request. Brad Minnick, Haas and Associates LLC is requesting streetlights to be installed at the following intersections located on 11th Street, at Chicago Street, Manhattan Street, York Street, Phillip Street. All lights would be on the south side of the new double track railroad tracks.
Okay. Same NICD project. These streetlights are all at intersections. They're not at mid-block. Some of them, particularly the one at Phillip Street on the east end, was present on your map that I shared at the last meeting. But during my nighttime survey a week and a half ago, that pole was removed as part of the double track project. So these are all at intersections listed, and if added, each intersection along the one-way street, 11th Street, would have a light at them. So,
okay, are there any board questions or comments?
Just one. All these new light fixtures will be hanging off NIPSCO poles, correct?
correct.
Okay, thank you.
I've identified the poles. I just have not submitted the request to NIPSCO yet, pending approval of the board.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Support.
I'll call for the vote. Mayor Perry,
Aye.
Mr. Vincent.
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Next item on the agenda is emergency street repairs. Brad Minnick, Haas and Associates LLC is requesting portions of Town Center Drive in front of Myers from Larkspur Lane North due to emergency repairs. And the project will not exceed $52,000, funds coming from CCMG.
So as a initial point of clarification, the work would be tied to the CCMG project, but it would not be funded with CCMG funds. It would be similar to the Southwood portion, which was locally funded only.
Okay.
That's a very critical distinction because we can't use CCMG funds for other roads that are not identified in the application. So, like I said, we have funding for it. We can do it as a change order, but we can't use the CCMG funding for new roads.
Okay. All right.
And the second point would be the picture you have in front of you is standing on Town Center Drive, looking to the west towards US 421, and I believe that's Gordon's in the background on the left. That section, this picture was taken back in July. It's deteriorated further since then, but it is representative because of the rain event. You could tell, better tell where the potholing is. The total cost would include this section of roadway in addition to Town Center Drive to the north in front of Lowe's parking lot. But at the present time, the redevelopment commission is still in negotiation with Lowe's for that piece of property. With the construction season dwindling this fall, I thought it important to have the change order approved if that segment of road becomes available to us. We've been in weekly communication with Lowe's in an effort to secure it. And this change order would pave both Town Center Drive and Larkspur Lane.
Okay. All right. Any questions from the board?
None here. Motion to approve.
Second.
The call for the vote. Mayor Perry,
Aye.
Mr. Vincent,
Aye.
chair votes aye as well. Next item is a street conversion. Skylar York, Planning Director, is requesting the conversion of 9th Street between Wabash Street and Ohio Street from one-way eastbound to two-way traffic as proposed in 2016.
Hello, board. Skylar York, Director of Planning. This is not just me and Brad spoke a little bit about this, but I wanted to get it into you guys because it's kind of, we're in the process right now of restriping, and we have a restriping crew coming to town, next week and this week. They're here this week. Right now we're talking about with this road, it would be striping and signage. That's literally all it is. There's no changing of curbs. There's no widening, shortening, parking space. It's literally just flipping. So in 2016, this was part of our downtown street conversion project. For what reason it was taken out, I don't know. There was probably some more budgetary reasons. I don't know that for a fact. But as you can see, and actually Brad was our engineer. He participated in the engineering at the time when we did this project. And this is the layout of the new pattern. This is what I provided you. And on the backside of that, you can see some of the benefits and things of that nature. But this is 9th Street right here, and it was suggested to be converted. You know, we've been talking about Marquette High School, Marquette High School, And, some of the issues there with 10th Street, well, one of the issues is that 9th Street's a one-way east. So it's coming at us as we're going on 9th west. So you make the turn, you either go up or down to 8th, or you may go up to 10th and go across, or you may take 10th and go across anyways. But what this does is it goes all the way to Ohio Street, and Ohio is a major north-south. So I think the idea was solid to get people across 9th into Ohio Street, and then to Pine, and Pine has become a less traveled road now. Point is that you get 2-lane traffic on 9th Street. It may relieve some of the issues. It's not going to solve Marquette's issue with people crossing the road. They're going to do that regardless, but it could relieve some of the pressure with respect to car traffic, vehicular traffic on that road. Plus, I think it would just help out 9th Street in general. One-way roads are just, people disinvest on one-way roads. We're seeing when we converted the 2 roads, Washington and Pine, we saw investment come back into those streets. I think it would be a good idea to change it back. Brad, from an engineering standpoint, I'm not an engineer.
You pretty well covered it. It would just enhance connectivity with 11th Street going one way. It would give us enhanced east-west connectivity. I have budgetary numbers available based on the recent bids for the pavement striping contract. Skylar and I talked about this, I don't know, late Wednesday, Wednesday midday, so I didn't have time to develop a change order. But my budgetary cost would be $25,000, and that would include 5 LED signs, and then the pavement marking along 9th Street. And as Skylar said, my intention would be to add it as a change order to the existing pavement striping contract if funds were available.
Okay. When would you do this?
I would add it if it's your preference with the next Board of Works meeting on Monday. I could have a change order prepared, and I would add it to the existing contract and have the work completed this fall.
Okay, and is it necessary to notify residents along that area that road is now converted to two-way traffic? Do you think?
Yes, Madam Chair, we will do so.
Okay. Okay. All right. Any
flyer? I'm sorry, Madam President. That's probably a flyer we could produce, and we just did that on 10th Street. Put a flyer up on everybody's door. We're telling them, hey, construction's starting, different project, construction's starting. Here's the time frames we're working with. We could probably put together another little flyer and just tag it. Just being honest, there's not a lot of residents along that stretch. Hopefully we'll see more residents come into that stretch. But yeah, we could tag the doors and I could have my staff go out and deliver those. That'd be fair. We should do that.
okay. And this is probably a stupid question. Parking, will that change the configuration, parking direction?
Actually, it probably changed their direction.
That's what I figured.
One way to 2-way. So they don't park left of center or whatever they're parking now. But other than reconfigure, there's no reconfiguration of that. Okay. It's just simple yellow, probably yellow, double yellow, right? Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Comments from the board?
Just one, Madam Chair. I think this is an excellent thing to do. As the double track completes and we get accustomed to the new arrangement there, we're going to be required to make several modifications. One probably being Lafayette Street, to make up for the loss of mobility through 11th Street with one lane going eastbound. So this is probably the first of many actions that we're going to have to take, but in my opinion, it's very beneficial. Thank you, Skylar. Thank you, Brad.
Yeah, I agree.
I have a question based on the map, and maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I see some stop signs at Elston, Manhattan. Wabash doesn't have stop signs. Is there stop signs now?
Yes, there.
Okay.
You stop on the west side, and then all traffic coming at the east. Remember, everybody's coming at you when you stop. They're stopped as well. Yes. So we'd probably just leave your south stop sign, and then the north stop sign would go on the Wabash and on that east side. Or I'm sorry, on that west side. Probably should use that stop sign somewhere else.
Sure.
Yes, you all stop at Wabash.
Okay. It's a three-way stop now.
A couple times.
Okay. It's three-way stop now to convert to a four-way.
Yes, correct.
Thank you.
I'm guessing that the stop signs were noted on this drawing to show that they're going to be solar stop signs, just like the city did when they made Pine and Washington two ways.
I believe the goal was that, since we hadn't had that pattern, that they were going to signal as
Let
much
people
yeah,
know. Yes.
absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Support.
I'll call for the vote. Mayor Perry,
Aye.
Mr. Vincent.
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. The last item is a write-in. It's not on your printed copy of the agenda today. And it's a request to change the procedure for certificate of insurance. There's a conflict between two documents. One is the Board of Public Works and Agenda request form, which states that a certificate of insurance showing a liability policy in full force and effect with limits of 1 million aggregate and naming the city of Michigan City as an additional insured for this event must be attached to your application before being placed on the meeting agenda. That's what I think that we should go back to. What we're operating under now is a Board of Works policy for special events in the city involving street closures. And on page 3 of that document, it says that a certificate of insurance of the requester must be submitted to the city clerk's office no later than 30 days prior to the special event. If the requester fails to submit, and it goes on, and it allows for contingencies. We could approve the event contingent on the insurance being presented. I think that has caused a lot of work for the clerk's office, more work than I think I would be able to justify if I were in that office. And so I think that the wise thing to do would be just to require, as we have had in the past, and that was back in 2015, that the certificate be attached when the request is made. So we get all the paperwork at one time. Any board comments?
None here.
No, you need a motion to, I'll make a motion.
Support.
And I'll call for the vote. Mayor Perry,
Aye.
Mr. Vincent.
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Thank you all for
Madam
coming.
President, just so specifically, your motion was to amend the policy for special events to make it consistent with the.
Exactly.
Okay, so I will make that amendment and submit it to the clerk's office then.
Anything else? Gail, did you want to make a comment on this? Okay.
This is a good idea because we do spend a lot of time chasing different events, trying to get their insurance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Motion to adjourn. Make a motion to adjourn.
Support.
Call for the vote. Mayor Perry,
Aye.
Mr. Vincent.
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Thank you all for